What's this? Kirk?
Lori.
Mankin.
The Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call a roll of officers, find out whether they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends to the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times. They are welcome. I care for the reader with paraphernalia. I strive to keep the reader comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Your duties there.
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform every man, woman, and child the FFA is a national organization which reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the Illinois, Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was very able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed at the Ear of Corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of meetings and correspond with other secretaries where corn is grown and future farmers meet.
The advisor.
Stationed by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of new air and agriculture. If we will but follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
Total number of members and guests attending this, our 50th anniversary, is 153.
Thank you. Future farmers, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor rule opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which a future farmer should possess. may we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any other matters which may be properly presented. Welcome to the 50th anniversary. I hope everyone had a good dinner. I thought it was pretty good. We're going to start out by I'm going to introduce a few special people that have helped us. It's taken a lot of time to put together this program and to create the hallways and just the little things such as coloring signs and putting signs on walls and all that, and it took time. I'd like to thank a couple of people that I don't think they know they're going to be thanked, but we're going to thank them anyway. The first one I'd like to thank is Bonnie Cleveland for baking the FFA cakes and the cakes you had at dinner. I'd like you to stand. And then I'd also like to thank Twyla Dietz. She out there somewhere. Let's see. Just stand. Okay. Because she did some coloring and some things like that. I'd like to have the first charter members that are here. I think there's two of them here that I know of. They're somewhere. If they would, I'd like to have them stand. And these are the members that were here for when the chapter was first formed in 1939. Yeah, there's some of that. Right now, I'd like to introduce a member of our chapter, and he's going to have some more introductions. So will Nat Sinwell come up, and he's got some special introductions for us.
There's some people here tonight that we'd like to take the time to recognize for their service to the FFA. As I announce your name, please stand and stay standing until all the names have been called. School Board Member Marla Sinwell and her husband Bill. School Board Member Charles Beck and his wife Kathy. President of the School Board Ronald McGregor and his wife Grace. The first FFA advisor here at Nashua, Merritt Bishop and his wife Callie. Serving as FFA advisor from 1959 to 1972, Charlie McLaughlin and his wife Betty. Superintendent of Schools here at Nashua, Dr. Linda Johanningmeyer and her husband Gary. Nashua High School Principal, Mr. Bill Mask and his wife Carol. And the Eastern Region FFA Vice President, Warren Berger. Thank you.
I got kind of in a hurry. I kind of missed our officer reports, so we're going to back up a little bit and have our officer reports. First, I'd like to have the Secretary's report. You go to your mic.
On March 19, 1988, at 7 p.m., the Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter banquet began with invocation by Kurt Osmondson. Our potluck dinner followed and continued for 45 minutes to allow members and guests to become acquainted. At 7:45, the officers opened the meeting, followed with Treasurer's report and Secretary's report. President Kurt Osmondson welcomed guests and an introduction. The Nashua program activities were presented by Dean Jansen, Lisa Sparks, and David Reed. The program had slides and information covering the year's events made for the enjoyment of the people attending last year's banquet. Scott Balmer presented an inspirational speech, and we then presented awards. Installation of new officers followed. President Joshua Day, Vice President Lisa Sparks, Secretary David Reed, Treasurer Jeff Eckrod, Reporter Kevin Flynn, and Sentinel Dean Jansen, with Advisor Ronald Zell. Joshua Day gave closing comments, closing ceremonies by the new officer team.
Does any member know of any additions or corrections to the Secretary's report? If not, the Secretary's report will remain as read. Next, we'll have the Treasurer's report.
Balance as of March 31st, 1988, the last banquet was $1,413.76. Within the past year, we've had deposits of $13,460.76. and withdrawals of $12,515.45. The ending balance as of February 28th, 1989, this year, for this banquet, is $2,895.40. Thank you.
Does any member know of any additions or corrections to the treasurer's report? If not, it will remain as read. Our next item on the program or agenda will be a creed speak. This person, I should say, participated in the sub-district and district creed speaking contest. His name is Adam Gibson, and we'd like for him to give the FFA creed at this time.
The FFA Creed. I believe in the future of farming, with a faith born out of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuit, is pleasant as well as challenging, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly, with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in a life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, and less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that rural America can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task.
I would now like to introduce Lisa Sparks, and she will be doing an introduction of our guest speaker tonight, who's a national officer. So will Lisa come forward?
Tonight, I'm very honored to say that we have a very special guest here tonight. His name is Warren Berger, and he's our National FFA Vice President from the Eastern Region. I know that Warren has had a tough day today because he was delayed in Chicago and everything in his flight. But when I've talked to him earlier today, he said that he enjoyed Nashua, and he said that the Nashua FFA has got a lot of things going for it. So would you help me in welcoming Warren Berger?
Say that the Nashua FFA chapter has a lot of things going for it. It has community support. It's been going on for 50 years, and with a great deal of luck and with a lot of support, which I know it will continue, it'll be another 50 more. And if tonight's banquet was any representation of what's going to be like in 25 years when you have your diamond anniversary, make sure, Mr. Zelli, that I'm on the invitation list and I get an invitation, okay? But as I was getting ready to come out here to Iowa, and I started to think about the 50th anniversary, I began to think of all the hype and all the excitement that must be going through everyone's mind, especially through the chapter members' minds, as they got prepared and began to prepare the Hall of Achievement that you see, and the banquet itself, and to hand out the awards. And as I was sitting there at the time, I happened to glance up at the television as I was jotting down a few notes, and I saw the Academy Awards, which was on just a few nights ago. And I kind of looked at the Academy Awards as we had people coming up and gorgeous cars, all getting dressed up to go out to receive awards. And then I began to think, that's very similar to a chapter FFA banquet. People get dressed up and get together for fellowship and to recognize those who excel by handing out awards to those members with excellent SAEs and for the participation in the FFA. But it isn't just to hand out those awards. It's to also thank those who have supported the FFA chapter and made that possible. But you see, sometimes we don't always take advantage of what we have in front of us. Sometimes we tend to look away at, I guess, what would be right in front of our face. To give you an example, there was a gentleman by the name of Lamar. Now, Lamar was about 26 years old, and he was living in Africa at the time. And he had some friends that came up to him and said, well, when are you going to go out and make your fortune, Lamar, and quit tilling around there in the fields? There's a big diamond rush going on here. You're going to miss out. So finally, one day when Lamar was out there tilling his 200 acres, he got frustrated with the mules, and his plow broke, and he just finally got fed up. So he turned the mule loose, went home to his family, his wife and 2 kids, and he said, I'm leaving to go find my fortune in diamonds. With that, he simply packed up his stuff, hit the door, and was gone. His family never saw him again. A few months later, we find Lamar on top of this giant cliff with a raging river down below. Except the scene wasn't so pretty this time. Lamar didn't have what he had left. In fact, the only thing that he had with him, with which he had left his house, was the very clothes on his back. So out of frustration, out of realizing and thinking to himself that he was a failure, he threw himself off the cliff into the raging river and committed suicide. Now if we go back to that same family, they knew that they couldn't farm the acreage by themselves because they had 2 young sons. So the wife sold the farm and went off to the city and slowly began to do needlework and worked with clothes. Now you see, the funny thing is that the tenant farmer that she sold that to came up, and while he was out plowing in that same field that Lamar had become frustrated with, he found a giant shiny rock. He brought that in, he washed it up, and he set it up on his mantle. And a few nights later, a friend came over and just about fell out of his chair because, just as you're thinking, it was the world's largest diamond. And to this day, that very farm that Lamar walked away from is the world's largest gold mine. You see, Lamar let the pressures of his surrounding friends take a hold of him that he didn't realize what he had at home. He had a family, and the very fortune that he was looking for was right underneath his very feet. In agriculture, all too many times today, we tend to look at the negative impacts, the negative talk about farming isn't anything to become involved with. Agriculture and agribusiness you shouldn't become involved with. Agri-science is a dead area. Biotechnology will not make any changes. But you see, it's those same people that say that kind of confuse me. Because recently, as I was traveling through Illinois and through Iowa and through Nebraska on a 2-week business and industry tour where we visited 50 businesses, there seemed to be 3 things that kept popping up. The first thing was that they're looking for people who believe in themselves, who know what needs to be done and will go out and do it. The second thing they're looking for is someone with what they call the Midwest work ethic. And that's the type of person who can take charge, who will go out and take control and get the job done. The type of person who believes their break is when someone gives you a little bit of slack, gives you a pat on the back, and gives you an opportunity, and doesn't have anything to do with coffee. The third thing that they're looking for, and this is a direct quote from people like IBP, Iowa Beef Processors, ConAgra, Pioneer, and Garst. They're looking for a real FFA member. Now I was kind of drawn back. I said, well, what do you exactly call a real FFA member? And they said an FFA member is someone who was in the organization who took advantage of their opportunities and became involved in any type of activity with the FFA. Because there's only one thing that can come with involvement, and that's improvement. You know, I kind of rolled that around in my head, and in the weekend while we were taking a break there, we'd been on the road for about 6 days, I was sitting there on this Saturday evening, and I was flipping through the channels. I went past several movies and several news programs, and finally I came to this new type of program that I'd never seen before. You have to understand that I'm from Ohio. Ohio's not anything like Kentucky. We're not backwoodsy or anything like that. But where I live, we don't have cable television, so this was quite a sight for me to see. So as I was flipping through those channels, I came across what they call the Home Shopping Network. Now I was thinking my mother's birthday was coming up. In fact, it was coming up in about 2 weeks. So as I was watching there's this very pretty young lady came up with this beautiful set of pearls. And she said, these can be yours for $19.95 if you call within the next 20 seconds. Dial this number, have your Visa or MasterCard or American Express cards ready, and these can be yours. Call now or miss the opportunity. So I kind of hem-hawed around, and I had to sit down and figure out how much I charged on my Visa card, and if I actually had the money to pull this off. So finally I grabbed the phone, I punched in the numbers, and the operator answered. She says, yes, can I help you? I said, yes, you just had a beautiful set of pearls for $19.95 on the television set. I'd like 2 sets of those. One for my girlfriend and one for my mother. She says, I'm sorry, but the time is up. I can't do that for you. Is there something else I can help you with? I said, wait a minute. I said, my mom's birthday's coming up, and I've got a week, and I don't have anything for her. She said, I'm sorry, but you missed the opportunity. I said, okay. So you're getting paid a decent wage at the company you're working for. How much can I give you so I can have those 2 sets of pearls? I'm sorry, sir. And the thing just continued back and forth. Finally, it ended up with this type of a tone. She hung up on me. But you see, the same concept exists with the FFA. The opportunity will only come around once. You can think of it kind of like a basketball game where you've got 4 quarters and instead you've got 4 years. The question is, you don't necessarily lose the game in 1 quarter. In fact, you can win the entire game if you come on strong in the end. But that's the important thing, is the opportunity that you have in those 4 years. The clock's ticking. What are you going to do? As I look back, and I talked a little bit about looking across the fence, at the ripe old age, I did something terrible. I looked across the fence. Their names were Karen and Lisa. Now, at the current time, I was dating Karen. But then, there was Lisa. The time was coming up, and it was near my homecoming dance. Karen was my first love, but Lisa had such opportunity. So I took it upon myself to help this young lady. So I walked up to Lisa, and I was kind of a shy young man at that time. And I said, Lisa, would you go to the homecoming dance with me? And I just batted my eyes, gave her the smile with the little dimples and the whole 9 yards. She said, no. Needless to say, I was rejected or dejected. This was the first time that someone had told me no. So I went home and talked to my mother. And believe me, my mother could write quite a book after my life thus far. And I said, Mom, what do I do now? She said, no, I've never been turned down before. She said, we've got a 50-50 shot, Warren. You know, you've gone once and yes and once and no. She says, I think that anything worth doing is worth trying twice. So I was sitting there on the couch, and once again, I was kind of scribbling down some notes and drawing doodles on the paper. And Gone with the Wind was on TV that night. So I worked up a fantastic, motivational, inspirational speech for this young lady. So I walked up to Lisa that next day, and I said, Lisa, I grabbed her hand, put my hand on top. I said, I would like to offer you one more chance at love. To go to the homecoming dance with the man of your dreams. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you miss it, I'm sorry. She kind of looked at me and started to laugh. I said, what? Finally, she put her hand on her hip. She said, Warren Berger, I'd like for you to know, I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you dress. And from what all the girls say, you kiss like a fish. Needless to say, I was quite drawn back. But me being the suave and debonair young man that I was, I said, does that mean no? And sure enough, it did. I would go on to be turned down by many other young ladies. But the fact of the matter is that you need to take advantage of what you have at home, to look at what you have, and not to let it go. Because needless to say, once Karen found out what had happened, Karen was gone too, so I was back to square one. But you see, it all goes back to what my mom had said. And it's something that my ag advisor told me a lot about too. It was the word can. If you think you can, you will. If you believe in yourself, you will have the opportunity. And you won't quit until you find one way or another to get to that end point. Kind of like how you would look at a road map. There's several ways to get there. And if you don't quit, you'll eventually find that way. But you know, if you tell yourself that you can't, you won't. You see, and all too many times, we look at ourselves as having one failure, and that's the end of the ballgame. You know, it's kind of like one failure in one area, it'll constantly keep coming back to re-haunt us. It's kind of like this thing, if you can't teach an old dog new tricks, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You just have to go about it a little different way. But back to that word can. Can. Can's a word that's got me in a lot of trouble. And I want to see how many people can identify this. How many people, when you were in kindergarten, had problems with the word can? Nobody raises their hand. Let me give you an example. When I was in kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher was Mrs. Bunsen. Now, I always had this urge, so I would go up and ask Mrs. Bunsen, Mrs. Bunsen, can I go to the bathroom? Warren, is that the word that we need to use? Is can the proper word? So I kind of hem-haw around, and she said, the word is may, Warren. May. Don't use the word can, you use the word may. So after about 3 or 4 weeks, me being bullheaded, which my mother claims is from my father's side, finally she got through to me. And I walked up to her one day and I said, May, and she just beamed. I mean, she thought, I finally learned this boy. He knows what to say. But I continued on. May, I go to the can, and then I ended up with But you see, it's amazing what that little word can do. It can get you in a lot of trouble if you use it in the wrong idea. And using the word I can't, I cannot, I won't, I am unable to. Anyone who uses those words should probably be put in a corner and have a little bit of an attitude adjustment. You see, all too many times, if you look at the words American, the last 4 letters are I can. And if you think you can, you can. And if you think you won't, you won't. Very simple concept, but very important in today's society. See, it's very easy to apply that to an FFA member as well, as it's very easy to sometimes feel that you fell just a little bit short. You see, I know this green hand in Ohio who set his goal that he wanted to deliver the creed speech his freshman year. Just as the creed was given this evening, in excellent form, I might add. Except that green hand didn't do so well. He got up there and he left out 2 sentences while at a competition. And needless to say, he placed 7th out of 8th that year. The next year he came back and he said, well, I made a mistake, so I'll try it again. So he got up there and he kind of got started and he stuttered just a little bit as he worked his way down through the speech. And finally, before that speech was over with, the speech was only to last 7 minutes, but 3 minutes into the speech, he was laughed from the podium. He came back his senior year and tried a new area, extemporaneous public speaking. And that year he finally achieved his dream. He did get to compete on the state level. But that wasn't important to him because he looked back and he realized how big a mistake he made. That mistake was that he didn't compete his junior year. His junior year, his ag advisor came up to him, put his arm around him, and he says, you've come a long way in 2 years. Try it again. The opportunity's there. It's your 3rd quarter. You can do it. Just don't quit. I know you can. And that student kind of laughed at him and he said, Let me get this straight. After I went up there and made a fool of myself the first time and got laughed from the podium the second time, you want me to try it again? The advisor said yes. The student said no. And you see, it's very easy for me to talk about that because I was that same student that happened to. And I look back now, and I consider it probably one of the greatest mistakes in my life. See, the thing was I used the word, I quit, I can't, I won't. And I closed the door on several opportunities because of that. You know, I look back and I think, I wonder how much different it would have been if I would have tried that junior year. Where could I be today if I would have gone that extra mile and stuck to it because I know I could? But that's water long down the river. So FFA members, if I can leave you with one idea, I want you to conceive an idea that you can. Conceive something new and believe in yourself. And then don't let anything stop you until you achieve that. Conceive, believe, achieve. And I know that this chapter will be around for many more 50th anniversaries, like 150th and 250th, if you keep that in mind. I'd like to thank you for inviting me, and I've had a fabulous time. And I turn it back over to Joshua. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to present Warren with a gift that the chapter has gotten from him to kind of remember Nashua and the Nashua FFA chapter.
This isn't staged. This looks that way. Good thing for the cow. I have blisters on.
Okay. Okay, right now we'd like to start our actual awards part of the program. Usually, this is where we start every year, but we've had this is our third edition. We've had a lot of interesting things. During the awards program, what the awards program and banquet is to honor members in the chapter that have done what Warren has said, have gone out and have tried and have participated in contests and have worked through the FFA to gain and to improve themselves. We'd like to start out tonight by the contest awards that will be presented by the freshman class, which is Travis Bilhards, Adam Gibson, and Nat Sinwell.
First awards we'll present this evening will be the awards, certificates, and plaques of those individuals who have participated in sub-district, district, state, and regional competition this past year. As we read your name, please come on stage and receive your award and remain until we have recognized your entire team and event. We will also ask those of you in the audience who are past recipients of a particular award area to also stand and be recognized by our group here this evening. You may wish to follow along in your programs. The contest awards we will be presenting are included in the summary of the highlights of the year starting on page 3 of your program. The first awards we are presenting are to the two individuals who last April represented Nashua-Plainfield in the State FFA Band and State FFA Chorus at the State FFA Leadership Conference held in Lawrence in April. Andrew Gibson played in the FFA Band and Kevin Glenn sang in the FFA Chorus. Would you please come? Each of these individuals are receiving a certificate in their band and chorus bands. At this time, all of the members in the audience who have participated in the FFA Band or chorus on state or national level, please stand and let's give these members a round of applause.
Proficiency Award. At the State FFA Leadership Conference in April of last year, Dan Deese was recognized as the state winner in the Fruit and/or Vegetable Production Proficiency Award area. Please come out again. He earned a $100 cash award and advanced to the Central Regional level competition, where he earned a Gold Emblem Award rank. Tonight we recognize Dan for his accomplishments in this area. He raises a half-acre plot of strawberries and asparagus on his parents' farm southeast from Nashua. He will receive a Regional Certificate Award and a plaque from the chapter. A permanent plaque has also been placed in the Agricultural Science Room for Dan's accomplishments. Will those individuals who have earned state-level proficiency awards in the past please also stand at this time? Farm management team, members of Matt Mahoney, Kurt Osmondson, and Eric Vedder participated in their contest as a part of the State Leadership Conference last April. These members earned a Bronze Emblem Award and will be presented tonight with their state certificates and Iowa plaques. Will the persons who have participated in the State Farm Management Contest in the past please stand and be recognized at this time? Participated in the Northeast District Ag Mechanics Contest. Will Clifton Howell, Louis Hunt, Lisa Sparks, and Eric Vedder come forward and receive your certificates? These members placed 7th in the district competition. Jamie Ike and Kurt Osmondson also participated in the North Central District Ag Mechanics Contest held in Riceville. These members both earned bronze awards, and will they please come forward for their certificates? The State Ag Mechanics team of Kurt Osmondson and David Reed earned a 12th place team award. At the State Dairy Cattle Judging Contest, held in conjunction with the National Dairy Cattle Congress in Waterloo, members Kevin Clint and Dean Pops earned participation awards. Roger Police also earned a gold award for showing cattle in the contest. We know that Nashua's dairy background and has a strong dairy background, and we also know that the members of the chapter participated in dairy judging before, because in 1972, a team consisting of Dan Stilley, Bob Alwers, Terry Bailey, Mike Sassy, and advisor Charles McLaughlin won the state dairy judging contest and advanced to nationals. A plaque hangs on the wall of the agricultural room recognizing these individuals. Will the members of this team please stand as well as any other cattle judges, and be recognized at this time? In July, Kevin participated in the district meat judging contest held in Walker, Iowa. Kevin was a member of a combined team of Nashua-Plainfield and Benton chapter and earned a 5th place team award. In August, Lisa Sparks participated in the state FFA meat judging contest held in Ames and earned a bronze individual award. Will all of you who have participated on meat's evaluation team in the past please stand and be recognized?
Police and Louis Hunt participated in the Northeast District Dairy Judging Contest, where they earned a 12th place team award. At the State Dairy Cattle Judging Contest held in conjunction with Cattle Congress in Waterloo, members Kevin, Clint, and Dean Pops earned participation points. Roger Police also earned the gold award for showing cattle in the contest. During March of this year, members participated in sub-district leadership contests at New Hampton. These members, please come forward as your names are called and remain on stage until all awards have been presented. In Ag Mechanics, Greg Brazzi and Travis Billhartz earned bronze awards, Louis Hunt a silver, and Steve Murfeld a gold award. In Creek Speaking, Adam Gibson earned a gold award and advanced to districts, where he also earned a gold award. Would you guys please come up now? Joshua Day participated in the extemporaneous speaking contest and earned a silver award, and advanced to districts where he earned a silver award. In the Green Hand and Chapter Farmer Quiz, Jeff Tuckrod earned a bronze, Christy Schultz earned a bronze, and Ed Sinwald a silver award. In the job interview contest, Dean Pops earned a silver award. Kevin Clint earned a silver award in Reporter's Scrapbook and advanced to districts where he earned a bronze award. District Leadership Conference in the Green Hand Chapter Farmer Quiz, Christy Schultz earned a silver award, Aston Wool gold, Lisa Sparks a bronze award. In the Farm Business Management Contest, David Reed placed second, Andrew Gibson placed sixth, along with team member Jamie Ike, they placed third in team competition. In the area of proficiency awards, 3 members earned gold awards and advanced to state competition. They were Darren Deese in specialty crop production, Andrew Gibson, horse proficiency, and Stir Murfeld in the cereal grain production area. We're also happy to unofficially announce that on the state level, Andrew earned a bronze award, and both Steve and Darren will be receiving second place gold awards at the State FFA Leadership Conference on Friday morning, April 14th. Congratulations to all winners. If you have participated in speaking or leadership contests in the past, please stand and be recognized, and let's give everyone a round of applause for their hard work and awards. The district horticulture team consisted of Roger Peters, Lisa Sparks, and Greg Brazzi. They earned a 4th place team ranking. At the state floriculture contest held in May, these same 3 earned 9th place Silver Emblem Award ranking. The state nursery landscape contest team Kevin Clint, Steve Murfeld, and Dean Pops earned a 9th place Silver Emblem Award, and Steve Murfeld placed 10th overall individually in the contest. The state team members will receive certificates and Iowa plaques. For all those who have participated in floriculture, nursery, or horticulture contests, please stand and let's give everyone a round of applause. Also at the Dairy Cattle Congress was held the State Dairy Foods Contest, where FFA members Vernon LaBarge, Christy Schultz, and Lisa Sparks earned the 11th place Gold Emblem Award team ranking. They will also receive their state certificates and Iowa plaques. For everyone who has participated in the past Dairy Foods Contest, please stand.
The next award that will be given out tonight are what is called the Record Book Awards. And what that is basically it's judged on the participants' SOE or SAE record books that are kept for BOAG class. And I'll turn that over to Eve Jansen now to present the awards.
All students enrolled in agricultural science are required to maintain a supervised agricultural experience program and keep an accurate and complete records on their programs. The top record book in each classes are determined by the third quarter grades that each student received for their record books. The winner in each class will receive a certificate and also a gift certificate, which entitles the student to a $5 credit towards their thrift account or to be used to purchase FFA supplies and materials from the official FFA supply catalog. This year's winners are in the senior class, David Reed, the junior class, Steve Murphill, the sophomores class, Missy Bales, and the freshmen's class, Nat Sinmore. As these members receive their awards, will all former members who have earned the Record Books Award please stand to be recognized, and let's give them a round of applause.
The next award to be given out tonight is the Scholarship Award. This award is a pin that consists of a pin that is given to one person out of each class, and the person that is giving the award out tonight will be Andrew Gibson.
Chapter Scholarship Awards are presented to the FFA member in each agricultural class who has the highest grade point average for their agricultural class. Once members receive this award, they cannot earn it again. Tonight, the winners receive a certificate and a scholarship pin to be worn on their jacket. The people that are in the winners, past winners that are still in school, are Joshua Day, Lap Barons, Andrew Gibson, Steve Murphill, Kerry Olson, and Darren Dietz. Tonight's winners are in the senior class, Jeremy Deutsch, the junior class, Christy Schultz, the sophomore class, Missy Fales, and in the freshman class, Nat Sinwell. Please will all the members and former members who have received chapter scholarship pins, please stand and be recognized for these winners.
The next area of awards to be given out tonight is the Leadership Awards. This will be done by Kevin Clint.
Good evening. The Chapter Leadership Awards presented tonight are given to the people who have shown leadership development in themselves and the community and majorly the FFA. Past winners that are still active in high school are Jimmy Clipperton, Joshua Day, Kevin Clint, April Buss, Lisa Sparks, and Missy Fales. This year's winners are, for the seniors, Andrew Gibson, and for the juniors, Steve Murfield, and for the sophomores, Darren Dietz, and for the freshmen, Adam Gibson. Would these people come up and receive their certificate and a pin, which you can place on your jacket? Would all past members and guests who have received this award please stand up?
For the foundation awards tonight, we have 4 chapter members that are going to be presenting different foundation awards. They will consist of Darren Dietz and Steve Murfield, and Greg Brozzi and Dean Pops. Will they please come forward? Foundation awards are presented by the FFA Foundation Incorporated to stimulate increased interest and effort by agricultural science students in order that they may more adequately prepare themselves for careers in leadership in the exciting fields of agriculture. Agriculture is America's largest and most vital industry. Agricultural occupations provides gainful employment for millions of people. As a student of agricultural science, you have begun a lifelong quest for knowledge that opens many opportunities for you. Tonight we will present 8 specific foundation awards, 1 general award, plus 3 star awards. These members will receive a certificate and foundation award medal that can be worn on the member's jacket. A list of the 29 specific awards that members can apply for is located on the last page of your program. The first award area is in agricultural sales and service. Tonight's award winner is a junior at Nashua High School and has been a member of the chapter since her freshman year when she moved to Nashua from Honolulu. Lisa Sparks has had a variety of SAE programs, including raising specialty animals, working at the Bradford Museum, and operating a child care service for area residents. In the past 3 years, Lisa has taken care of children for over 400 hours in her home, as well as others. Congratulations, Lisa.
The next award is in the area of beef production. This year's award winner is a freshman at Nashua and has already established a well-rounded beef production program with plans to expand his beef herd from the 2 feeder calves he now has, and to also include dairy heifer raising. Adam Gibson uses sound management practices and we will look for Adam to become an expanding beef producer in the next few years. Congratulations, Adam. In the area of dairy production, Dean Pops, a junior from Plainfield High School, has been raising dairy calves and working on his family's farm for many years. Dean has developed many skills and proficiencies during the past years, and we know he will continue to be a valuable asset to the FFA and the community in the future. Congratulations, Dean. The next award will be presented in the area of fruit and or vegetable production. This year's winner, first SAE program, as a freshman and sophomore, earned him a Silver Emblem Award in the Specialty Animal Proficiency on the Central Regional level for picking and marketing over 175,000 worms. Due to dry weather and increasing time demands, David Reed moved into the area of horticulture. David produced on a half garden 3 bushels of Indian corn, 6 bushels of squash, 2 bushels of onions, and 4 bushels of potatoes this past year for home and family use. Congratulations, David.
the area of feed grain production this year, the winner has been producing crops in 4-H and FFA for many years. He has earned the Certified Crops Production Award, Cereal Grain Award, has participated in the Quaker Oats Improvement Program for 2 years and has earned cash awards for both years. He has been winner of the Floyd County Blair Argonne, or something similar like that. Division Best Show winner for past 4 years. Steve Murfield is a very efficient producer of crops in Floyd County. Steve Crops efficiency and marketing strategies have needed large profits margins and have allowed him to build his savings and investments greatly in the past 3 years. Congratulations, Steve. The horse proficiency winner tonight is Lewis Hunt. Lewis owns a quarter horse which has shown at the Chickasaw 4-H and FFA show, as well as the Big Four Fair, where he has placed 2nd and 4th. Lewis is an active member in his trial club and participates in many trial rides. Congratulations, Lewis.
Especially animals production. The winner is a senior at Plainfield High School and has been raising pigeons for sale and trade for many years. Jamie Ike is a frequent visitor to swap meets and shows where his pigeons are highly prized by pigeon owners. Congratulations, Jamie. Not be here tonight. In specialty crop production, Darren Dietz has this past year raised 5 acres of lima beans on his father's farm located east of Nashua. He applied in this area on the district level proficiency where he earned the gold and advanced to state. Next year, Darren plans to plant 10 acres of lima beans and market them through the Sunco Foods located in Rochester. Congratulations, Darren. In externally speaking, Joshua Day represented Nashua-Plainfield in the sub-district and district contest held this past March. Congratulations, Joshua.
Before we start the next award, I'd like for everybody just to stand up and kind of stretch and everything, because we've got a little bit more to do, but it'll be a good time about halfway through for everybody to stand up and stretch. Let's start playing again.
Good eye.
The next area of awards to be given out tonight is the Star Greenhead Award. This award will be presented by Dean Jansen.
Star Green Hand Award is presented to the new member who has been the most active since starting agriculture classes in the fall and becoming a new member of the Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter in October. This year, award winner has established a well-rounded program in his first year in agricultural studies. His SAE consists of 2 feeder calves with plans to extend his operation in the coming year. The award recipient has established a good scholarship records and has participated in several FFA activities, including fruit sales, lake cleanup, and Cree speaking at the sub-district and district level.
Along with the Star Green Hand Award, there is a Star Chapter Farmer Award. This award tonight will be presented by Greg Brozzi.
The Star Chapter Farmer Award is given this year to a member who has been involved in FFA activities and events as well as developed agricultural leadership, citizenship, and cooperation during the past 4 years. This member is no stranger to the state as he has earned several chapter, sub-district, and state FFA awards and honors. He has served as chapter recorder for 1.5 years. Kevin Clem, will you please come up and receive this honor?
The third Star Award to be presented is the Star Agribusinessman. Tonight, this award will be presented by Travis Billhartz.
The Star Agribusinessman Award recipient is a junior this year and will serve the chapter as its president next year. She has been an active member in the chapter since joining her freshman year after moving to Nashua from Waterloo. She operates a child care service, has raised specialty animals, and worked as a guide at the drive-thru museum last summer. She has participated in many FFA contests and attended numerous sub-district, district, state, and national leadership events. The Star Agribusinessman Award is given to Lisa Sparks. Former members who have received the Star Green Hand, Star Chapter Farmer, or Star Award, please stand and be recognized at this time as we take a picture of each other.
The next award to be given out tonight is what is called the Peterson Award. And tonight it will be presented by Lewis Hunt.
The Peterson Award is a $50 savings bond presented each year by Mr. Wayne Peterson. Mr. Peterson is an honorary chapter farmer and local insurance agent, has for more than
25 years representing this savings bond to a senior member which has developed the most in the area of supervised agricultural experience programs, or as the most of the older members will remember, farming projects. This year, the recipient has been awarded a regional level proficiency award in specialty animal production and has strived to operate a quality S80 program. Will David Reed please come forward for your award and recognition? Will all of the past recipients of this award also please stand and recognize at this time?
The next award to be presented is the Chapter Scholarship Award, and it will be presented by David Reed.
The Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter awards a $75 scholarship each year to the most deserving senior member planning to further their education in a college and or majoring in an ag-related field. The two eligible members this year are Andrew Gibson and Joshua Day. Andrew has been accepted and will attend Iowa State University this fall, planning on majoring in animal science for a future career as a veterinarian. Joshua has also been accepted and will be studying to Iowa State University and will be studying for a possible major in computer engineering. With the 1989 Chapter Scholarship winner, please come forward and recognize Joshua Day.
The next award to be presented tonight is the DeKalb Award by Christy Schultz.
Joshua Day, son of Ronald and Sheila Day, is the 1989 DeKalb Agricultural Accomplishment Award recipient. The award is sponsored nationwide by DeKalb Pfizer Genetics and is presented to the outstanding senior agriculture student demonstrating superior scholarship, leadership, and supervised agricultural program. Joshua has served as reporter, vice president, and currently president of the FFA chapter. His agricultural program has consisted of specialty animals and operating lawn mowing and care service. Following graduation, Joshua plans to attend Iowa State University and major in computer engineering with possible other majors in computer science and or agribusiness. As this year's winner, Joshua receives a pin and certificate, and his name will be inscribed on a special plaque displayed in the agriculture science room. The DeKalb is sponsored with the highest honor as agriculture student can receive on the local level and is presented at nearly 3,000 schools annually. Will all past recipients of this award please stand at this time and be recognized. Congratulations.
The next item to be done tonight is the honorary chapter farmer. First thing I'd like to do is I'd like to have all the past honorary chapter farmer members please stand. What the honorary chapter farmer is, it's an award given, the members of the FFA choose a person who has helped the FFA and they present this award to him. It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. It is our intent and purpose to recognize from time to time the efforts of adults on our behalf. Mr. Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members of vocational agriculture, businessmen, and others who have helped in advancing vocational agriculture and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service, may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Mr. Secretary, will you introduce the individual for this award?
Mr. President, members and guests, I am pleased to announce the following recipient, Mary Beth Zelli.
Will the officers please take their places beside me, and will the Sentinel escort Mary Beth to the podium?
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. I am proud, as Secretary, to add your name to our roll as honorary members.
I welcome you as a friend to the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to you the symbolic hand clasp of friendship and brotherhood.
May I, as reporter, inform you that the FFA is the National Youth Organization designed to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to the membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
Mary Beth, as vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
I would like to give a brief summary of what Mary Beth Zelli has helped us in during the year to achieve and to be accepted for this honorary membership. Mary Beth Zelli has been actively supporting our chapter for the past 3 years, and some of her activities have been assisting in chaperoning our delegates to the state and national conventions, assisting in chaperoning our members on canoe trips at our annual harvest ball, state and local judging contests and events such as the Big Four Fair, Kitty's Barn, dunk tank, softball tournaments, and volleyball tournaments, working at concession stands, attending meetings, and making snacks for meetings. Mary Beth helped prepare the 1988 floriculture team, as well as performing as judge for several sub-district and district contests. She has also helped with our annual fruit and meat and cheese sales. Mary Beth is a 1985 Iowa State University graduate and holds a degree in agricultural education, and we are proud to add her to our list of honorary members.
On behalf of each and every member, I wish to say that we are proud to have you as an honorary member. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for guidance and counsel. It is because of our great respect that we have for you that you have been elected to this honorary membership. May you find help in us and we in you. I now confer upon you the honorary membership in the Nashua-Plainfield FFA chapter. Will the Sentinel please escort Mary Beth back to her seat? At this time, we'd like to give some certificates of appreciation out to people that are kind of behind the scenes in a lot of things, but yet help greatly throughout the year. At this time, we'd like to give certificates of appreciation to the officers' parents and for their help in keeping us going and the many things that they do throughout the year. So will the officers please escort their parents up to the stage? I would like to start out by first introducing my parents. This is my father, Ronald Day, and this is my mother, Sheila Day. I would like to thank my parents for not only keeping me involved, even though at times I don't want to be, and I want to get out of things, but to keep me going somehow. And I'd like to thank them for all the mornings when they get up early to get me to a contest and to take me there or to give me something to eat, things like that. And I'd just like to say thanks.
I'd like to introduce my mom, Sandy Haberling, and give her the certificate of appreciation. I'd just like to tell her thank you for everything that she's put up through the last year, and that she's got another year coming. And that I'm glad that she's there for me when I need her, when I have contests to prepare for and stuff like that, or if I have to memorize something and she has to listen to me all night preparing to memorize for it. And basically, I'd just like to tell you I love you and thank you for helping me through the year.
My mom and dad couldn't make it tonight, but my grandma and grandpa decided to fill in for them. Thank you for that. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for waking me up and basically letting me go to these contests. A lot of parents think they're a waste of time, and personally, I think I'm gaining a lot from them. I'd like to thank my grandma and grandpa for backing me in a lot of contests and talking to my parents to letting me go. Always helps. So, just like to say thanks. I love them a lot.
I just want to thank my mother for supporting me throughout my past few years into the FFA. Thanks, Mom.
I just want to thank my mom and dad for all the times I got out of chores to go to the contest. And they let me run for officer and learn a lot this past year from what I've been doing with the officer team. I love you guys.
This is my mom and dad. Twyla Hammond and my stepdad, John Hammond, who was a member in 1948. I love him a lot, and I call him Dad, even though he's my stepdad. And sometimes I don't get to say that. I love him very much, and I'm glad they're around. I love you, Mom and Dad.
At this time, we're going to have the installation of the new officers. I would like for the present officers to come to the stage, and also the newly elected officers to please come to the stage. Lisa, as president-elect, you have been selected by your fellow members to be the leader of our chapter for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our chapter in all of its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office.
Steve, as Vice President-elect, your record of accomplishments indicates you have qualities of leadership which we should all possess. Your duties require you to assist the President at all times within the chapter, also to preside over the meetings in the absence of our President, and keep all the committees in working order.
Now, as Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and carry on the chapter correspondence. You should provide the chapter with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution and bylaws.
Darren, as Treasurer-elect, you've been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and expenses, and to give regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the chapter budget and in maintaining sound financial practices.
Roger, as recorder-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the media, including state and national publications. You should keep a record of pictures and articles published concerning the FFA and its members, and be responsible for compiling our FFA history. Congratulations.
Lewis, as Sentinel-elect, it is your duty to welcome the members, caring for the minimum and FFA equipment, and providing comfort for members and guests. It is also your duty to assisting in conducting meetings and ceremonies. Congratulations.
It is an honor to be an officer in the FFA. From time to time during the year, you may encounter difficult problems, but through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. More specific duties are listed in the official FFA manual. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office, and will you do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of that office? If so, answer, we do. I now declare each of you properly and duly installed in the respective office into which you were elected. Retiring officers, will you present each officer with their pin, and will you please escort them to their newly installed stations? I would now like to present Lisa with the gavel.
Joshua, I would like to congratulate you for a job this year that's been very well done. I hope that during my year of president that I'll be able to live up to your potential, live up to the potential that you did. You did a very good job, and I'm sure that our FFA chapter is very proud of you. Right now, I'd like to present you with this FFA Retiring President's Plaque.
Madam President. I heard a sigh as I came up here, like everybody's ready to go home and call it a night, so I'll make this a quick wrap-up. First of all, I'd like to have Adam Gibson, would you please come up here for a minute. I have a special presentation to him on behalf of the 6 national officers. The 6 of us have more or less created a pact this year. And the pact was that for every chapter banquet that we went to, the Star Green Hand would get a new 1989 official manual with all our signatures inside. And it's our hope that with this manual, that he'll use it in the upcoming years to reach new heights. So, Adam, congratulations. As the officers or the retiring officers were up here with their parents, it kind of brought to mind something that my father used to say, that he belonged to a new type of FFA club or a new type of FFA organization. And that was Father's Farming Alone, because there were so many times that I was away from home and he was doing chores. But the fact of the matter is that what you've seen here tonight, the fact that the members have come up and talked to you and given away awards and presented themselves in such a professional manner, is because of the activities that they were involved in while they were in the FFA. I come from a production background where we were milking 50 head of dairy cattle on an 80 sows running farrow to finish and farming over 200 acres and feeding 150 beef cows. And the only people working were my father, my brother who's 2 years younger than I am, and myself. But you see, my father always had the one thing in mind. And no matter what we were involved in, regardless of whether it was the FFA or any type of organization, he always left us with this thought. And that was, you're only young once. It goes back to the opportunity factor, that it's only going to be there once. Take advantage of your opportunities. There's a time to work, and there's a time to play, and there's a time to enjoy what you have while you're young. And that young time is only going to be here once. So as we close tonight, I'd like to leave you with a threefold challenge. It's a simple threefold challenge. And it's one I'd like you to think about just a little bit as you drive home and actually fulfill these challenges. The first one is I'd like you to set a goal. And the goal is I want you to set a goal for yourself. Now, regardless of your age or your creed or anything along those lines, you can always set a goal for yourself. For the FFA members, set a goal for your FFA chapter for your school. And for the parents, maybe something you'd like to get done around the house or something you'd like to do with your spouse or family. That's the first one. The second challenge is that I'd like to see you set a goal and see it through for something you'd like to see done for your school or for your community. There's the second one. The third one is something that Americans are extremely guilty of taking advantage of, and that's our own country. Appreciate what you have here and set a goal for something you'd like to see done, either in your state or in your country. So that's a threefold challenge. One for yourself, the second one for your school or for your community, and the third one for your state or your country. I'd like to thank you once again for allowing me to visit with you, to be with you this evening. And I know that all the parents and community members in here should be very proud of their sons and daughters and friends and neighbors who came up here this evening, because they all did a fantastic job. Let's give them another round.
Right now, I'd just like to say that I have a few closing comments that I'd like to discuss with you right now before we have our closing ceremonies. This past year has been a really successful year, I believe. There's been many members participating in a lot of contests, and I believe that the freshman class this year learned a great deal of leadership, because all three of those members this year have done a lot of activities, and we should all be proud of them. And I think that the freshman class, the sophomore class, the junior class, and the senior class deserve a round of applause. Some of the past members, when you were in FFA, you didn't notice that there was, it used to be just the Nashua FFA, but now it's Nashua-Plainfield FFA. I think that helps a great deal, because it teaches us that we can coincide with two schools and we can become closer. I hope that a lot of you realize that there was some Plainfield people here and they participated in these activities. In closing, I'd just like to say that I appreciate everyone for showing up, and that I hope that it brought back a lot of memories and that everyone enjoyed themselves. Mr. Secretary, have you a record of any further business which should be properly transacted at this time?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly be presented at this time? I'd just like to say that after the closing ceremonies, there's going to be door prizes drawn. And that if anyone, you know about your I Support FFA, on the back of them there's numbers. And the computer is randomly selected. There's numbers in the computer that is randomly selected. And that when your number is called off, you could win a door prize. I'd just like to say that after closing ceremonies, after this tap of the gavel, that we will be doing that. We are about to adjourn this meeting of the Nashua-Plainfield FFA. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in our labors, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned. We're now going to draw the door prizes, and when we call your number, the officers, please stand up or something so the officers can find out who you were and they'll bring you your prize. Number 87.
I would like to say something else right now. We want to, flowers on stage are going to also be given away tonight. And two of them have already got names on them, really, that we're going to give away tonight. We want one to go to Twyla Deason, we want Bonnie Cleveland to take one too. So if they come up and grab a flower after this thing's over, or want to take them now, that's okay.
Number 140. A t-shirt. There's a t-shirt here that number 140. Okay. Number 164.
Right here.
We have an FFA Frisbee, styrofoam Frisbee or whatever. Number 141.
No.
Number 138, a t-shirt. If anybody was here at the open house, an M&M hat for number 207. Okay, 110. We now have a painting right here. Don't show me. For number 107.
Huh? Oh yeah,
There's another painting for number 124. We have an FFA hat for number 137. We have a no spill, no slide poker mug for number 150. We have a Nashua Bulldog basketball for number 159. 159. 159, going once, going twice. 3 times, okay, number 176. Just throw it. 58, 180, or 180. Okay, 137. 171. 94. Okay. Another FFA hat for number 115. We have another ag t-shirt for number 135. Another ag t-shirt, 102. 102. Okay, 97. 54. Oh, 97? Okay, go ahead. That. Could you stand up again, please? Okay, some Hills Brothers coffee for number 54.
Oh, God.
Okay. Iowa Time is Right hat for number 121. A right and white for number 17. We have a pen light, FFA pen light, for 95. Okay, we have a Royal Stadium baseball that was collected in Kansas City from the group that went to Kansas City for number 8.
I got here too soon, I tell you that.
Is that all? Oh, no. We have another FFA pen light for number 33.
Oh, I had
33. Okay. No. 70. Number 70?
I was close to the university.
Number 119. For a bouquet of flowers, number 101. Right down there. Right down there. Another bouquet of flowers for number 24. Number 86. Okay. Number 118.
Oh, my dad got it.
Okay, and for the FFA cake that Bonnie Cleveland made, number 1.
No.
Charlie.
Hey. No.
Set up.
No way.
That's all the door prizes, folks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.